Holy crap, guys. We're coming on here. The news just broke. Kind of shaking. This is kind of crazy. I don't know if anybody's even going to hop on and watch this because this is one of those things you run to ESPN or CNN or the actual source that put this out there. But it just broke minutes ago. Kobe Bryant has been killed in a helicopter crash, and everybody else on board has perished as well. This is so fresh that um, if you go on to Twitter or Google, it still hasn't popped yet. Obviously, this is going to take over the news cycle because right now, if you do a search for Kobe Bryant, all you get is that LeBron James passed him for third in scoring. Um, I'm on here. I'm trying to get information too, but it's kind of just what do we know, and we don't know a whole lot right now. We know that it was a helicopter crash. We know that it was in Calabasas. We've got TMZ is the first to report this, and it's kind of shocking. Here's what we hear. Here's what we know from TMZ. Kobe Bryant died in a helicopter crash in Calabasas Sunday morning. TMZ Sports has confirmed. Kobe was traveling with at least three other people in his private helicopter when it went down. A fire broke out. Emergency personnel responded, but nobody on board survived. Holy Jesus. Five people are confirmed dead. We're told Vanessa Bryant was not among those on board. The cause of the crash is under investigation. Kobe has famously used a helicopter to travel for years, dating back to when he played for the Lakers. He was known for commuting from Newport Beach, California to the Staples Center in downtown LA in his Sikorsky S-76 chopper. He's got his wife, he's got his four daughters, Gianna, Natalia, Bianca, and they have a newborn child, Capri. So this is developing. This is brand new. We're getting information as it comes out. I've got the TMZ right here in front of us. We're trying to figure out what happened. We just have, I mean, these tweets are coming out. LA authorities are confirming the crash, and Kobe, four others were on board. We don't know who else was on board yet, but I'm watching this and we'll report this. This is guys, like, holy shit. This is this is this is unbelievable. Kobe Bryant was young, man. Like, he was still involved. This is earth shattering. Um, this is unbelievable. Kobe Bryant is apparently dead, and that is just shocking. Again, if you go on to Google and search it, you don't get much right now. Twitter, it's just starting to pick up some traction, but we are. I don't know. I'm on here. I just want to talk about it. Let's talk about it. If you guys have anything you want to comment about, this is insane, dude. I hope this is fake too. I'm praying that this is fake. But this is TMZ. This is their sports department. This is not the Onion. This is not bullshit. We got Big Cat on Twitter saying the same thing, praying that this news is fake or someone has their story wrong. This would be like you shut down the NBA. Like, there's no games tonight. Like, you shut this down because how can you even see it? I think Twitter has crashed. I'm trying to find stuff on Twitter, and it's just getting over inundated with reports. Still, you got ABC News. When you do search, you see trending. LeBron James passes Kobe Bryant for third. That's still the top story. It hasn't reached a high enough level. This is like shaking, earth shattering stuff right here. Um, Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant is gone, and I don't even know, like, how do we even process this? What one of the greatest basketball players of all time is gone. Um, 41 years old. If you go on to Wikipedia, that has already been updated. Somebody hopped on Wikipedia and updated it. 41 years old, Calabasas, California, in his helicopter. This is just holy shit. Dude, I see everybody saying fake, and I hope that it's fake. I hope that it's a lie. This would be great. I would, I would love to hop back on here and look like an ass, but I don't think so, man. There's too many notable sources that are out there. TMZ was holding on to this. This is reported that this happened this morning, so they were holding on to it for a while. This is just, I mean, you've got everybody reacting about it. This is there, dude, is there anything bigger than this that has ever happened in sports? Like, you go back to Roberto Clemente and his passing. He passed in a plane crash. This is just unbelievable. This is NBA earth shattering, rocking news, and I don't even know, like, what do we do? Let me read the story again for anybody who's just hopping on, who hasn't seen it, who may think this is fake. This is from TMZ's website, TMZ Sports. Kobe Bryant died in a helicopter. I can't even talk. Died in a helicopter crash in Calabasas Sunday morning, confirmed by TMZ Sports. He was traveling with at least 3 other people. 5 people are confirmed dead. So we don't know. We don't know who the 3 other people are yet. We know it's not his wife. It doesn't seem that his kids were on board either. He famously used a helicopter to travel for years, dating back to when he played with the Lakers. He was known for commuting from Newport Beach, California to the Staples Center in downtown LA in his Sikorsky S6 chopper. I don't know anything about the Sikorsky S6 chopper. I'll look it up real quick. I don't know if there's any. You got Boeing. Boeing always gets beat up for the faulty equipment and not being a safe aircraft. There's nothing in the news that looks like it's something that was a faulty thing, that there was an error with the helicopter. Who knows? We'll find out, obviously. And I'm monitoring. I'm looking for you guys to see what we have. I love that. I hear fake. I hear it. I know it's not on Google. This is so new that it hasn't made the rounds yet. This is fucking crazy. For anybody under the age of 18, I'm sorry, I'm swearing. This is fucking crazy. It's just, I don't even know, man. This is the worst thing to happen to the NBA. And I mean, like, they're one of their top ambassadors at this point, one of the greatest players of all time, LA Laker legend, and it's a helicopter crash and it's over. And I don't even know where the NBA goes from this. I don't think we have a statement from the NBA yet. This is so new. This is so fresh. Let me see if we have anything from the NBA yet. No. It doesn't look like we've got much of anything going from the NBA. The NBA's account, NBA just lost David Stern. We don't have anything. And 2 hours ago, we had a tweet from the NBA, mutual respect, and it was all about King James moving up to 3rd on the scoring list on Saturday. Yesterday, LeBron James passed Kobe Bryant. That was the news. And now the news is this. It's not fake. Guys that are here saying fake, it's not fake. I wish it was fake. This is terrible news. This is a disaster. And I wish that we had something else to talk about. I wish we could come through and say, yep, it's fake. Try going on Twitter right now. It's crashing for me. Nothing. I'm not getting any trending. My feed is basically in and out at this point. We're not getting anything. It is, this is terrible. So I'm trying to find here. I'm just not seeing anything. This is nothing. Nothing that indicates that this is fake. This is real. And we've lost Kobe Bryant, 41 years old. I mean, I was joking around on a video a month ago saying we need a Kobe comeback because he can just sort of log 15 minutes a game and come off the bench, shoot a couple threes, and win a title with this Laker team. And now this is what we're talking about with Kobe Bryant. So Rachel Nichols just tweeted out the LA County Sheriff's Department 5 confirmed deceased, no survivors in the crash. Malibu deputies remain with LA County Fire personnel. Investigation is ongoing. Avoid area until further notice. That is from the LA County Sheriff's Department. This is about as serious and not fake as it gets. And it's just terrible. Now, if this ends up being fake, I can't see who just posted. If this is, if this was fake, this would be the biggest, egg on everybody's face, because we're all jumping on it. Everybody on Twitter, I'm sure there's a bunch of YouTube people that have gone live and are yakking about this. I'm sure ESPN. I mean, you got ESPN personalities tweeting about it now. I got to think they're going to be on soon, but I'm just looking to see if there's any more news. The latest thing we got is, Rachel Nichols tweeting the LA County Sheriff tweet. And I'm looking to see, I'm just looking to see what else we got, because this is just absolutely insane. What else do we got? So far, nothing. And again, you can try checking your trending, because Twitter's having a tough time keeping up with this. What do we got? I'm just looking to see what else we got. Kobe's a legend, man. And this is just how these athletes, they got a lot of money. They can travel in ways that the rest of us can't. And it's kind of dangerous. A couple years ago, Roy Halladay died in an airplane. Kobe Bryant in a helicopter. I don't know if he was flying. That we don't have any information about who the pilot was, if he was flying. All that information is obviously going to come out. Yep, it's true. Everybody that's tweeting it's fake, I was thinking that and hoping that at first, but it doesn't look like this is fake. We've got this is just, I don't even know, man. Again, the word is that his wife was not on the helicopter. We don't know if any of his children were on the helicopter. The only thing that seems to have been confirmed from TMZ's report is that his wife was not on the helicopter with him. We don't know who else was, and I'm just kind of watching for that to see if we have any news on anybody, on who the other passengers were. But we know Kobe Bryant is no longer with us, and this is hard stuff to swallow, man. We don't know. It happened this morning. I don't know what time it happened. That doesn't seem to be any information that has been released yet about the timing. So we just know that 5 people are dead. He's one of them. There were 3 people in the helicopter, so somebody died on the ground when it crashed. Apparently, it looks like. This is not information that's just coming out and Twitter's running with it. This, all of the reaction that you're seeing on Twitter, everything that you're hearing from me is coming from TMZ's report. So this is not just something that somebody started on Twitter and it picked up steam. This is something that came from TMZ Sports Department. And we're all just reacting to it in real time. And you guys here, like, let's comment, let's chat, let's talk about it, because there's going to be some grieving that's got to happen here. And the best way is to talk about it. This is just like I don't know. Has there ever been a situation like this in the NBA where something like that, even close to this, has occurred? I don't know. I mean, we've had some tragic news, but this is one of the all-time greats. He was a living legend, and he's moved on to another place. Patrick Mahomes just tweeted out prayers to his family and friends. We're obviously going to see a lot of that, where Adam Jones, longtime center fielder for the Orioles, heartbroken, #Kobe. We're going to see a lot of that stuff. There's going to be a lot of reactions from these other guys. Adnan Virk is speechless. Rick Riley, no, please no. Kobe Bryant dies in helicopter. He was a great man too. Like, he was just a good dude. You know what I mean? Like he had he had a moment there when he was younger. It was maybe he would like to probably do things differently, but he's a good dude. And this is just hard. This is one of those where were you when moments, no doubt about it. This is one of those where you will know where you were when you heard that Kobe Bryant died in a helicopter crash. Pat 40, multiple reports of Kobe Bryant's death. This is stunningly terrible. NBC LA, there are no survivors after helicopter crash and caught fire in Calabasas, officials said. It's from NBCLA.com. By Sydney College, published about an hour ago. So looks like, now they do not mention in that story who was in the helicopter, but the confirmation of the helicopter crash from about an hour ago on NBC LA is from Sydney College, published an hour ago. The TMZ report came out maybe about a half hour ago. So we've got the NBC report confirming the crash and TMZ reporting that Kobe Bryant was on board. So this is all, all the dots are connecting that this is certainly not a fake story. You got TMZ Sports. It's a legitimate, verified situation. KFC, Barstool. This has got to be the most tragic and shocking death in pro sports world has ever experienced, certainly on my lifetime. With social media the way it is, this is certainly the biggest. This may be the biggest story in sports, just because of all of the instant reaction we're going to get. I don't even think ever to this magnitude has this happened, but when things like this have happened, it was kind of before social media is what it is. So this Paul Pierce just tweeted out, this is not real right now. Max Kellerman from ESPN, no. This is just a crazy, awful situation. Yes, he has kids. He has 4 kids. He's got a newborn, man. He doesn't he's got kids, but he's also got a newborn. He's got Gianna, Natalia, Bianca, and a newborn Capri. So again, just kind of reading about this for anybody who's just hopping in. Kobe famously used his helicopter to travel for years, dating back to when he played for the Lakers. He was known for commuting from Newport Beach, California to the Staples Center in downtown LA. Kobe is survived by his wife, Vanessa, and their 4 daughters, Gianna, Natalia, Bianca, and their newborn Capri. LeBron James yesterday, not even 24 hours ago, passed him for 3rd all-time in scoring, and now we have this. And everybody's saying it's not real. You're right. This is it's real, but it's just unreal. This is such an unreal moment in life, not even in sports. This is just in life. Chris Broussard, really don't know what to say. I feel like crying. My sincerest prayers go out to Kobe's family and the entire basketball world, which was also Kobe's family. Rest in peace. This is just, and Twitter is having a tough time keeping up. Tweets are not loading right now. We're having a tough time. Seth Davis, several media outlets confirming the awful news. Just can't wrap my head around it. It's like losing someone we all knew because we knew him. Pure greatness, gone too soon. You got it. He's 41 years old, like 41 years young. Cody Bellinger, 15 hours ago. I actually can't believe this. Praying for his family and his close friends, hoping it's not true. He's got family. He's got his wife. He's got his 4 kids. He's got the newborn. And we don't have him anymore. And they don't have him anymore, more importantly. I don't know who the other 3 were. We don't know who the other 3 people were on the helicopter when it went down. He's got, friends and family. And I don't know. I'm almost afraid to hear who the other 3 people were. Can we get a check on everybody in the NBA and make sure nobody else was on the helicopter? Like, everybody go onto Twitter and start tweeting start tweeting out to everybody that's in the NBA. We need to make sure that we still have everybody else. I don't know who flies with him or what, but and I don't want to speculate. But you just who else was on the goddamn helicopter? Mark Cuban just tweeted out, "Rest in peace, Mamba. May your memory be a blessing." That's what's next. We're going to talk about him. We're going to think about him. We're going to memorialize him. He gave us some unbelievable moments, some of the best basketball moments, and it's just unreal. Unreal, absolutely unreal. I'm trying to keep up with it because what I'm really interested to know is who else was on the plane. We know his wife was not on the plane. We don't know if his kids were or were not on the plane. That has not been confirmed. The situation with if any of his children or if any of his family was on the plane. We also have not heard who was on the plane. Joel McHale, so terribly sad. This is not just a basketball story. This is a sports. This is a life news story. This will certainly lead all news across everywhere, across the globe. He was not just a big personality and a superstar in America, but he was a big superstar in across the globe. The time he spent in Italy, he's got family and friends all over the place. And Adrian Wojnarowski, just a few minutes ago, he tweeted out confirmation: Kobe Bryant is among those dead in the helicopter crash outside LA. A source confirms to ESPN. So Woj is tweeting it. Huffington Post has it. Let's see what Huffington Post's story is. I'll read the Huffington Post article right now for you guys. NBA legend Kobe Bryant has died in a helicopter crash. Multiple outlets reported on Sunday. The former LA Laker, who was 41, was reportedly on a private helicopter in Calabasas in LA County with 4 other people. So we have some conflicting news there. Was it 3 people? Was it 4 people on the helicopter? We don't know. TMZ Sports reported that it was 3 people on the helicopter, but along with Kobe, so 4 total. So TMZ had 4 people in the helicopter, including Kobe. Huffington Post has Kobe and 4 people. So we don't have an actual confirmed number if it was 4 or 5 people on the helicopter. We know 5 people have died. We don't know if 1 was on the ground or not. LA County Sheriff Department tweeted that 5 people died. Again, we don't know if it was 4 or 5 on the helicopter. A spokesperson for Bryant did not immediately respond to HuffPost's request for comment. Bryant became the first NBA player in history to win the Academy Award for his animated short Dear Basketball in 2018. Huffington Post story does mention the 2003 incident in Colorado. We're not going to go into that right now. That was a bad moment for him. He's survived by his wife, Vanessa, and 4 daughters. So Huffington Post sort of alluding to that maybe there was neither of his children on the helicopter with him. So we are kind of, that's the next piece of this information. That's the next thing I think we all kind of want to know is who else was on the helicopter with him. Was it Kobe and some friends, Kobe and some, maybe some members of the media? Was it Kobe and God forbid it, listen, every single person to die on this helicopter impacts a community, whether it's somebody we've heard of, whether it's somebody we haven't heard of. Kobe is somebody's father and somebody's brother and somebody's husband, and the other people that perished along with him, they're not going to get the same notoriety. They're not going to get all of the Twitter buzz and all of that. But those other people are also very important to the communities that they were in, where they were brothers and sisters and mothers and fathers. So our hearts go out to Kobe. Our hearts go out to the other 4 people that have passed in this incident, and we don't know who the others were. Was the daughter in the helicopter? We don't know. We don't know anybody else that was in the helicopter. And I'm sure that's because there is a lot of confirmation that needs to go on, probably some identifying. If this was Kobe Bryant's helicopter in his name, might be easier to identify Kobe if it's his helicopter, and you can follow reports that yes, Kobe took off. But if the people who are on the helicopter, we don't know. That's the next thing I'm sure is on everybody's mind. If there's any follow-up questions, it's who else was on the helicopter, because we don't know. We don't know if it was other family members. We don't know if it was media members. We don't know if it was other players. Tyler Hero from the Heat, every team has to retire 24. I don't disagree with that. That's getting ahead a few steps, but this is just one of those things. Nick Van Exel, longtime Laker, my fucking heart hurts right now. Again, we're cursing on this, so that's just the way it is right now. I'm looking to see if there's anything else. That's what I'm looking for right now. I'm looking at all of these news outlets to see if anybody has news on any more news on Kobe, any more news on anybody else that was on the flight. I'm looking. I don't see anything right now. Linda Cohn, ESPN, no. I'm so sad. Kobe Bryant has died in a helicopter crash. My heart goes out to all his friends, family, friends, and fans. R.I.P. Kobe. That's Linda Cohn from ESPN. John Wall tweeting out, broken heart with Black Heart, Black Mamba. Colin Cowherd just tweeting out, he's shaking, sick. This is, wow. I'm just looking to see what else we got. Again, this is so surreal. Yesterday and this morning, all the talk was how LeBron James passed Kobe Bryant for third in scoring, and now this is what we've got. We have Kobe Bryant perishing in a helicopter crash outside of LA. There's no words, right? The only words you're getting from me are kind of the words that I'm seeing in news reports and in Twitter. I'm in complete disbelief and very disappointed. We don't know who the pilot was. That's the other thought here, is who's the pilot? Was Kobe piloting this thing? Roy Halladay, when he perished in his plane crash a year or so back, he was a pilot. These guys, they learn to fly, they get their license, they can fly. But shoot, man, they're not professional. They're not professionals. Let's get someone to fly them around. This is just something. Let me read the TMZ report one more time. We have some new people in here. Kobe Bryant died in a helicopter crash in Calabasas Sunday morning. TMZ Sports has confirmed Kobe was traveling with at least 3 other people in his private helicopter when it went down. A fire broke out. Emergency personnel responded, but nobody on board survived. 5 people are confirmed dead. We're told Vanessa Bryant was not among those on board. The cause of the crash is under investigation. If I see anything on the cause of the crash, I'll relay that on. Kobe has famously used his helicopter to travel for years, dating back to when he played for the Lakers. He was known for commuting from Newport Beach, California to the Staples Center in downtown LA in his Sikorsky S-76 chopper. Kobe is survived by his wife, Vanessa, their 4 daughters, Gianna and Talia, Bianca, and their newborn, Capri. Kobe has recently been spotted out at NBA games with his daughter, Gianna, a rising star basketball player herself. Capri, their youngest, was born in June. Just taking a step back from the basketball side of this, just the man, the family implications. You got 4 kids that are going to grow up without a father. You got a wife that is going to be grieving. they're going to have cameras in their face. There's going to be people trying to talk to them and interview them. You're going to have NBC and CBS and ABC and ESPN and everybody doing their due diligence, doing their job, going hard to get an interview. They'll obviously give some time to grieve, but I wouldn't be surprised if their home already has news trucks showing up to just get video of something, video of his house or video of his front gate. And that's what I really hope we can kind of just chill for a minute and let Vanessa grieve. The 4 kids are going to grow up without a father. 4 daughters are going to grow up without their dad. And you got a newborn Capri's never going to know. Never going to know. You know, the love for a father to his kids is monumental. And that's gone for this family. So aside from just the basketball note of it, the personal side of it, the fact that a family has now been I don't want to say wrecked, but devastated by this situation. Get out of here. He was not murdered. I just saw that. That's no, stop. I'm just looking to see if we've got any news. Really, that's what I'm looking for now. We've got obviously everybody from all walks of life tweeting out their thoughts. Scott Van Pelt in NYC at our upfronts, Kobe was backstage, and all he wanted to talk about was coaching his daughter's team. Such pure joy. I keep thinking of that video of he and his daughter at the Lakers game. Those girls, his family. My goodness, man. Again, like personally, yes, we lose one of the greatest basketball players, and that's for those of us who didn't know him and just saw him playing basketball. That's all we know him as, is a guy who's great at basketball, one of the greatest of all times. The family aspect of it, the personal aspect of it, is something that we can't comprehend, and that is something that we just well, there's no words for it. SVP said it great. You know, he was a family man. He wanted to coach his daughter's teams. You see LeBron out there with his kids, and he's at the games, and Kobe's the same way. You got fathers with their daughters. It's a special relationship. Any fathers out there know what that is. I have a daughter, and any father, the thought is, I don't know. I feel like the thought's always there for fathers in the back of their minds of not wanting to miss a thing and not wanting to miss watching your kids grow up. And Kobe doesn't get that, and his daughters don't get their father for the rest of their lives. So this is going to be hard. That is the personal side of things, and that's the hard part. The Athletic has a report. Let's look at what the Athletic has. We'll read that. Reports: Kobe Bryant killed in a helicopter crash in Southern California. Kobe Bryant, the celebrated and relentless shooting guard who guided the LA Lakers to 5 championships over a 20-year career, died in a helicopter crash on Sunday morning, according to multiple news reports. TMZ first reported Bryant, 41, was one of 5 people killed in a helicopter crash into a. Okay, so this is first new information that we're getting on the crash. The helicopter crashed into a hillside above Calabasas, California. We didn't have that. We didn't know where it crashed. We didn't know if it crashed in an open field or on a road or whatever. It looks like it crashed into a hillside. Times reported that the crash ignited a brush fire, impeding the ability of firefighters and emergency personnel to reach the aircraft. From there on, it is kind of just talking about his career. Bryant is survived by his wife, Vanessa, and 4 children. That is from the Athletic. Looking for more news. I'm really, I don't think LeBron at this point is going to even think about going to social media. He has obviously a personal relationship with Kobe. He's probably taking care of things off of social media. We don't have anything from LeBron yet, and I'm not surprised. I wouldn't expect to have anything from LeBron just yet. What else do we have? I'm just looking to see who else might have some news or something. What is RIP? It's rest in peace, Oscar. I'm just looking to see if anybody has any news. I did see it at this point. Yeah, ESPN and all those, they're all going to break from coverage and talk about this. Jimmy Kimmel just tweeting out, he was a great, charismatic, and among the hardest working athletes ever. But what impressed me most was how deeply involved Kobe was with his 4 daughters. Pray for them, Vanessa, his parents, and his fellow passengers' families on the sad and shocking day. We will never forget you, Kobe Bryant. Jimmy Kimmel kind of hitting all angles there. There is the athlete side, but there's also the father piece of this, and 4 daughters that do not have their father and that he does not get to watch grow up. As a father, you see your children and you want to be there for them as they grow up, as they hit certain milestones in their life, as they become teenagers, as they go to school, go to college, as they get married, as they grow old. You want to be there with them. And that doesn't happen for this family now. And that is the most heartbreaking part of this whole thing. And then there's the passengers. There's either 3 or 4, that has not been confirmed, that were on the helicopter. We know 5 died. The question is, were there 4 people on the helicopter and Kobe, so 5, or were there 3 on the helicopter and Kobe and then somebody on the ground? That's one of those details that kind of gets just, I don't know, lost in translation. I'm looking to see what else we got. Carly Lloyd, a true inspiration on and off the court, gone way too soon. CNN has a story. Let's read what we have from CNN right now. Kobe Bryant has died in a helicopter crash in California. Kobe Bryant, 41, has died. 2 separate sources tell CNN that basketball legend Kobe Bryant died early Saturday morning, and that's it. Like, that's all CNN has. Wow. Yeah, not much from CNN there. I think they just wanted to put a link up with their tweet. So CNN really not contributing anything new to the story. Kobe Bryant, 1978 to 2020. NBA on TNT just tweeting out, Kobe Bryant passed away at age 41. Our thoughts are with his family and friends. Rick Riley just tweeting out, here in LA, it's hard to overstate how shocked people are. Kobe was woven into the fabric of this city. Can't think of an athlete more loved by and identified with this one. It's pretty remarkable. Okay. All right. I'm going to go, guys, hang tight for 1 second. I am going to go. I need to check something, but I'm going to be right back. Keep the chat going. Listen, for those of you that are in here, that are chatting, that are talking, let's get a conversation going about the fond memories that we have from Kobe Bryant. What do you remember from Kobe? What are the things, think about the good things he did. He had his, he had some amazing moments on the court. He had the dunk contests, the championships. There's a lot. Let's talk about what we remember fondly about Kobe, because that is what we got to do. That's part of the grieving process, is to remember the good times. And for most of us that are in here, we don't know Kobe Bryant. So our memories are going to be those of on the court. If anybody that's in here did know Kobe Bryant or have a story about Kobe Bryant, let's just put it out there in the chat. Let's talk. I'm not closing the stream up. I just got to go check one thing. I'll be right back. Again, what you're getting from me right now is the latest that we're seeing on Twitter. Thoughts from prominent members in the media and other athletes, and I'm scouring for up-to-date news information from NBC, from ABC, from TMZ, from ESPN. If anybody has anything more to contribute, because what I'm interested in is the next piece of the story, and who were the other people on the helicopter with him. So hang tight, and I'll be right back. Again, leaving the stream up. Be right back. Okay. All right, sorry guys, I'm back. And let's see. At this point, we're not really seeing a whole lot going on with any news coming out. We're getting a lot of reactions from around everywhere, not just the NBA. We're getting reactions from players, media, all different sports. Joel Embiid tweeting out, "Man, I don't even know where to start." Crying emoji. I started playing basketball because of Kobe after watching the 2010 finals. I had never watched ball before that, and that finals was the turning point of my life. I wanted to be like Kobe. I'm so freaking sad right now. RIP legend. That's a lot of the NBA players right now watched Kobe. Kobe was the player that they watched, that they wanted to be. There's a special connection to when you're a child watching athletes play whatever sport you're watching. If you're watching basketball, when I was a kid, it was MJ. So MJ is always elevated because I watched him as a kid. Kids that watch Kobe, a lot of them are in the NBA now, and he was larger than life. And this is hard. This is hard for so many reasons. NBC News has a story. Let me read what we have from NBC News. So former LA Laker and five-time NBA champion Kobe Bryant died Sunday in a fatal helicopter crash in the LA area that killed 4 others, according to multiple outlets, including the LA Times and ESPN. Here's some new information we haven't seen yet. A call for a downed helicopter in Calabasas went out at 10:01 a.m. local time, according to the LA County Sheriff's Department. People who were out mountain biking in the area and reported the downed helicopter. So that's some new information. People were out mountain biking and reported the downed helicopter. Unfortunately, there were no survivors. LA County Fire Captain Tony Imbrenda told reporters on Sunday. NBC has not confirmed. So NBC News has not confirmed that Bryant was on board. Bryant tweeted the day before the crash yesterday, celebrating LeBron James for surpassing him on the NBA scoring lists. County officials said firefighters were able to extinguish the flames and are working to preserve evidence for investigators, because that's what's next. The investigation has to come. We have to know why the helicopter went down. Was it an error with the machine? Was it an error with the pilot? We don't know any of that yet. The helicopter had 5 people on board. Apparently no survivors. This is from the LA Times tweeting a few minutes ago. So the LA Times tweeting about 15 minutes ago, the Sunday morning amid foggy conditions in the hills above Calabasas. So there could have been some visibility concerns. If it was foggy and he crashed in the hills, if we're putting pieces together, whoever was piloting the helicopter maybe did not see the change in elevation and just went straight into the hills. We don't know. All we know is the helicopter crash. We know that Kobe was on board. We know 5 others were on board. We don't know who else yet. And Bill Simmons just tweeting out, can't believe it. Twitter is the wrong forum for days like this. But man, yes and no. Twitter's the wrong forum for people to be putting out news. Any news that I'm getting, it's coming from websites, from TMZ websites, from NBC News or CNN. That's if you're what the news that you're hearing from me is coming from those sites. I'm not getting any news from anybody's Twitter feed. But Twitter can be good to start the grieving process. You got to grieve through moments like this. This can be one of those. Twitter can be a source for that, where you can grieve together. You can grieve with your peers. You can grieve with your the people that you follow. This is the initial reaction, everybody's initial thoughts, all of the shock and surprise. I'm sure we're going to get to a point where we start sharing the great memories. Somebody here saying Rick Fox dead too. I don't know about that, and I wish I hadn't read that because we don't know that. But we are curious about who else was on the helicopter. This is Kobe Bryant. I don't mean to speculate, but he, sort of was in some elaborate circles. We may know 1 or 2 of the names that were on the helicopter with him. We don't know if there was family on board with him. The word is that his wife was not on the helicopter with him. But that's all we know. That's all we know, is that Kobe was on the helicopter and his wife was not. We're waiting for some information from that. Part of me does feel like we need to, the NBA needs to cancel the games for tonight. That's kind of next. So we will see. There's a lot of people here with some information, and I don't know if it's we have a few people with a few names. I'm not going to say them because I don't want to. We got a lot of people in here right now, and I don't want to spread it. But we have a few names in here. We have maybe some other close people to him on there. I'm not going to say it until I've seen a official report from either TMZ Sports, who originally put this out, or what. But we got a basketball game in Denver that's supposed to tip off in about 8 minutes. A lot of afternoon games. We've got a 4:00 Eastern game with the Spurs and the Raptors. I don't know. Can you play? Can you play in this situation? It's probably too late to pull the plug on that Denver-Houston game at 3:30 Eastern, and probably the 4:00 game. But those evening games, just don't do it. Let's see. What do we have from TMZ Sports? Because I got to think, if anyone's going to come out with additional people that were on that helicopter. It would come from them. They were first to report, and that's kind of what I'm interested in next, because other than that, the news is sort of slow to come out, and that's a good thing. We don't want something coming out too soon. We got people saying certain names in the chat, names that I have not heard or confirmed. So I'm not going to say it. Oh, good. O.J. Simpson is doing one of his videos. That's fantastic. Because we need that. So I'm looking to see if we've got anything else. The only new news that has come out since the initial news is about the situation around the crash. We learned that he crashed, the helicopter crashed into the hills above Calabasas, and we learned that it was a foggy morning. That's it. And that's something that can, give the conditions of how the crash went down, right? There could have been some visibility issues. Yeah, I mean, you've got Vic Lombardi tweeting out, there you go, the Nuggets and Rockets have hit the floor. Hugs and tears in the layup line. These guys got to play basketball game now. Like, that's, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if I agree with that, but that's the situation. Let me see. Do we have anything from the NBA yet? No. The last tweet from the NBA came 2 hours ago, and it's about Zion Williamson. So we don't have anything from the NBA. We don't have anything on anybody else that may have perished in this accident. And that's kind of what we're waiting for. We have a little bit of details on how it might have happened. And that is, it was the foggy conditions, and the helicopter crashed into the hillside. Everything else at this point, I'm sure everybody has heard. Five dead, including Kobe Bryant. His wife Vanessa was reportedly not on. We don't know who else that has not been reported yet. I got to think that's something we will get at some point. Obviously, we'll get at some point, but this is just wow. I mean, what do you say? What do you say? I'm just hoping that we can get some more information. Who was the pilot? Who was on board? Tom Brady tweeting, "We miss you already, Kobe." Oh man, this is just this is something I'm yeah, I mean, Dan Wolken. Who's Dan Wolken? National columnist, USA Today Sports. I haven't turned on a single media. I haven't turned on a TV, so I don't know what anybody else might be saying. But Dan Wolken making a comment about it's irresponsible for media outlets to speculate about who else was on the plane. Get the info or don't say anything. The stakes are too high here. This 100% agree with you. There have been a few people in this chat that say they know a name of somebody, and I'm not going to say it because until it is official, we're just not going to say anything about who else might be on there until we know. The one thing you can think about is he traveled in some prominent circles. We may know one or two of the names. We don't know. It could be that we know a name or two. But again, if we know the name or not is almost irrelevant, because those people, whether we know them or not, that were on the flight on that helicopter with him, were important people in the communities where they lived. In their community, they were important. So whether we know them or not is kind of irrelevant. but we are just kind of monitoring it. So I do have, who is this? We have Alexis Wainwright from KARK4 News in Arkansas. Sources have confirmed that neither Bryant's wife or children were on board of the helicopter that crashed. So Ricky Vinsmoke, I see that. I've seen that a lot on here, but I don't have anything confirming that yet. Let me look something around. Let me look around for a second. That's one of those things you get worried about because it starts to go crazy. I'm not saying the name until we have it confirmed, but you got one person tweeting out, according to people close to that individual, he's in the Bahamas and he's fine. And then you've got people saying that this person was in the helicopter. That is, from what I can tell, only something that is growing from Twitter, social media. There has been nothing on any other names from any prominent news sources, so we're not saying anything until we hear some prominent news on anybody else that might have been in that helicopter. I'm trying to load TMZ Sports up, and it is not coming quickly. They are probably getting inundated. This is, we talked about it earlier, that in the world of technology today, with social media being as big as it is, being what it is, this is one of the biggest. This is one of the biggest things to happen in sports history. Period. There have been some big, prominent athletes that have been taken from us too soon, whether it be from tragic accidents like this, where you get a helicopter or an airplane crash. We lost Roy Halladay. Roberto Clemente perished. Roberto Clemente was still playing baseball. We lose Kobe Bryant. So these are tragic incidents that unfortunately happen. What are you going to do? Let's see. We have, let's see. We don't look like we have much new. All right. So TMZ's got some, looks like, okay. TMZ's updated their website. Let me read to you guys what we have from TMZ. Kobe Bryant died in a helicopter crash in Calabasas Sunday morning. TMZ Sports has confirmed Kobe was traveling with at least 3 other people in his private helicopter when it went down. A fire broke out. Emergency personnel responded, but nobody on board survived. 5 people are confirmed dead. We're told that Vanessa Bryant was not among those on board. Eyewitnesses also tell us they heard the helicopter's engine sputtering before it went down. They have a picture. You can see flames and smoke covered much of the scene from the wreck. The official cause of the crash is currently under investigation. Then to talk about Kobe using a helicopter to travel for years, dating back to when he played for the Lakers, commuting from Newport Beach, California to the Staples Center in downtown LA. That's what we've got. I'm going to try to grab a picture of the site because it looks like TMZ does have a picture of that. If you bear with me for one moment, we will get a picture this is from the TMZ website of the crash site. You'll just have to bear with me for one moment while I get that together. But we have our first image of the crash site. All right. Let me upload that into my streaming software here. All right. So this is what we have for the crash site. This is from TMZ's website. This is the smoke coming from the helicopter after it had gone down. So that is the only new piece of anything that we really have on this crash. So we have a picture from TMZ showing the crash site, and that's all we got for right now. So we're going to keep watching this thing. Let me get back onto Twitter and back onto these websites to see what we've got, if we have any news on anything at this point. Let me see here. Just amazing. What else do we have? John Morant tweeting out, "You with me tonight, my guy?" I mean, again, the NBA is not canceling any games. Rockets and Nuggets are heading out there. You got Raptors and Spurs. I mean, this happens so quickly. There's so many things that go into this, but shoot. The thought of them canceling games, you got to think that they had a moment of silence. I got to think we're going to have a moment of silence across every basketball game that tips off today and certainly tomorrow. I'm not seeing any new information. The only thing new that we really have is that picture. Again, I'll put it up real quick. This is the picture of the crash site. Chris Mannix just tweeted out right now, the NBA is still discussing how to handle its slate of games today, per sources. You've got Rockets and Nuggets, they're going, right? You've got Raptors and Spurs, that tips in about a half hour. I guess you could pull a plug on that. I mean, think about it. I got to think that your sports fans, your fans that are in the arenas, are going to understand why you're not going to have the game. Any asshole who's pissed off that the game gets canceled and he already had to drive over there and whatever, like, just deal with it, man. So you could maybe still pull a plug on that 4:00 game. I mean, you reschedule it. Then so you got the Rockets and Nuggets tipping now. You got Raptors and Spurs tipping in about a half hour, and then you got a couple hours until the next game. Wizards and Hawks, Nets, Knicks, Clippers and Magic, all go. Suns, Grizzlies, Celtics, Pelicans. That game was slated for ESPN. So you got an ESPN broadcast at 6. You got a bunch of other games that could just, there's time to maybe pull a plug on those, reschedule them for a later date. Because how do you send your guys out there? I don't know how do you send the players out there? I'm just looking to see if there's any news, and I'm not seeing anything new. Not seeing anything new yet, but we're keeping an eye on it. And we're going to keep an eye on it. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to keep watching and see what else we get. If we have any other names, if we find out who the other passengers were, if we get an official cause of the accident. We are hearing that his family was not on board. We knew that Vanessa wasn't on board. There was a report from a reporter in Arkansas that his family was not with him, and she says she has multiple sources, so we don't know. We don't know about that. So I'm looking to see if we have anything new, and we really, really don't. We're just looking at reaction from other athletes. So, yeah, I'll leave this open for a little bit longer. I'm interested to, like I said, I haven't done it yet. I'm interested to see what the guys on NBA TV are talking about. Give me a second. I'm going to try to get something set up here. But, stay here. If you come on in, let's share some positive memories of Kobe. We have the grieving process again. There's some people out there that are saying that there were some personal people on that flight. There were some family members, but that has not been confirmed. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but this is the
Earlier today, at the age of 41, Kobe Bryant was killed in a helicopter crash. In 20 seasons with the Lakers, Kobe was a 17-time All-Star, 2-time NBA Finals MVP, 2-time Olympic gold medalist, and 5-time NBA champion. The NBA and the game of basketball will mourn this loss together. Please join us in a moment of silence for Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace, my boy. Thank you.
If you could hear that, I don't know if you can make that. If you could hear that, that was the moment of silence that they did in Denver as they are going to try to play a basketball game under these situations, under these circumstances. That's hard. Fortune, yes, Fortune has a story on it. See if there's any new information. Kobe Bryant, 18-time All-Star who won 5 championships and became one of the greatest basketball players of the generation. Died in a helicopter crash on Sunday. He was 41. It is still unclear if family members were on board. So we got somebody in Arkansas saying they have sources saying that we're not. We have other prominent news outlets saying it is not clear. That is something that I'm sure we're all curious of, is if other family members were on board. There have been some people in the chat saying that there are some people saying that, but some people we're not going to talk about. We're going to wait until we actually get something concrete from somebody. Reggie Miller tweeting out, "This is piercing my soul. Prayers to the Bryant family. Hard to even comprehend." This affects everybody. This is unreal. This is crazy. So, you got the guys on NBA TV here. They're going live again. I haven't turned anything on. I got the news and I just hopped on here and started. I don't want to call it reporting because I'm not reporting, but I just started letting you guys know what we're seeing through the news outlets and the reaction that we're getting from around the world, not just in the basketball world. Obviously, the basketball world is shocked and rocked to its core, but just across the globe, this is a big thing. So, all right, I'm going to hop off here. I want to see what we got with the other. I want to see what we got on NBA TV. I want to see what the media is doing. All I'm doing is seeing what we're seeing responses from individuals on Twitter and everything. So I'm going to hop off. You guys can go check it out too. As we get something new, I'll try to hop back on if it's necessary. I appreciate you guys hanging out and checking me out. And I'm not going to bother doing a plug here for anything I do right now because it's not the time. But thank you for hopping on. This is a terrible day. This is a sad day for the Lakers family, for Kobe's family, for the individuals that were lost on the helicopter along with Kobe. It's a hard day. Thanks for hopping on. Thanks for watching. And, you know, if there's a reason to come back on, I'll come back on. Thanks, guys.